Yeah. When I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean, they gon' hate on me. Gon' hate on me. When I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean, they gon' hate on me. Gon' hate on me. Pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean, they gon' hate on me. Gon' hate on me.
Yes. We glad to have you back around. This is the Biscayne Breakdown. Of course, I'm Kay. I got Alex with me, Kev, and of course my co-host Deem. And y'all already know how we do, man. Game 1 of the Miami Heat's first. Hold on. I thought we had Joel on the line too. Nobody. Is Joel out there? Joel?
I'm there, y'all. I'm there. How y'all doing?
Better than you, bro.
All right, man.
Joel, don't die. Don't I hope nose, make sure that the bag clears your nostrils. Cause we need you
I
to
make sure to put a hole in here, bro. I've just been, I've just been trying to clear my thoughts and everything, man. But
Joel, are you in a garage?
yes, bro. I don't want to see no sunshine or nothing, bro. I'm not.
Wow, dog.
I'm trying to stay where I'm away from all things positive because I need time to go through some therapy, my own type of, wherever. What was Aaron Rodgers say he was on some type of darkness retreat or something?
Yeah.
I'm running one for myself right now. So, I'm
you really
right
holding the
now,
camera like you in a Saw movie, bro. Are you good?
Yes, man. But, this is what healing is like, y'all. I got to go through this, get to where I need to be, man. So I'm gonna be okay, y'all. But I need to take this time right now before game 2 on Wednesday night.
Y'all keep an eye on his square, man. If the lights go off, y'all let me know. We gonna try to move forward. All right, Joel, just hang in there, brother. Game 1, man. Who's first? Deem? What you got, man? Talk to us about game 1. What are your thoughts? I mean, just no questions, no templates. You know what I mean? Like you at a nudist beach, baby. Just let it hang out.
Whoa, bro. That was a tough game to watch.
It was crazy. I know.
It was a tough game to watch. I know everybody going to slander my boy. Well, he ain't my boy, but number 14. And granted, it's worth it, bro. He shot bad. I mean, what did y'all expect from him? Like, he showed us this who he was every year in the playoffs since he's been healthy, and it's been the same thing. I mean, we rallied, came back good in the fourth quarter, made the game close. Bam showed up. You had Jaime show up, made a lot of big playoff plays. We just short, 22 was going. When your best player going, this is what happens.
So for you, it was, I mean, just based off what I'm hearing, and I mean, just to kind of, lead the conversation for everybody else. So for you, it was simply about the ineptitude of 14, is what you're saying.
No, I'm not even going to put it. Nah, it was more so Jimmy wasn't there. I think if Jimmy was there, we probably would have pulled this one out. I think if Jimmy was there, we probably would have pulled this one out.
I agree.
I'm talking about healthy Jimmy. Like, if healthy Jimmy was there, I think we win this game.
If Jimmy's there, I think we win this game. If Terry's there, I think this is still a much tighter game in the end.
I don't know. I'm not. I don't know about Terry.
I'm gonna wait till I'll wait to get to my turn before I elaborate on that. But I mean, just to kind of.
But if Jimmy was here, let me make this clear though. If Jimmy was there, we win this game. Easy, we win this game. Boston didn't play that well. Miami just played terrible. Boston didn't play that well.
Absolutely. And to your point, Tyler Herro was 4 of 13, 3 of 9, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 11 points, 1 foul, and a negative, minus 12 in the plus minus. But again, that 11 points, 4 of 13 from the field and 3 of 9 is what really sticks out to you when he's, screams so hard during his Miami Heat tenure at how he views himself as a number 1 option, wants to be treated like a starter, and, deserves the respect of a starter. It was like, he had his opportunity, and, again, it's one game, so you give him a chance to bounce back, but he really showed up small in that opportunity on Sunday.
That boy was food against them guards. He was food, man. Literally. It's gonna be tough for him. But I think he'll have a better game too.
I do too. And before we get to you, Alex, it was crazy. It wasn't just he was missing shots. He looked tentative. Like his ball handling was a little shaky too. I mean, literally from his ball handling to the passes he made to the reads he saw, like he put his guys in tough spots. Like it was a bad game for Tyler in game one, and we need him to bounce back in game two. Before we get too deep out there, Alex, what are your thoughts on game one, man? Just like I told Deem, just no theme, no structure, just give it.
What's up, y'all? My thoughts were, man, Jaime did what Jaime does whenever he gets minutes and touches. Whenever he gets minutes and touches and is able to find a rhythm, he could score and play with anybody. Look like a really good piece. Obviously, as we know, he can be. Jovic, same exact way. Whenever he gets to just hoop and ain't got to worry about, all right, I'm just gonna play for 2 seconds and then I'm coming out. When he just get to hoop and not think, he looked like a player. Tyler is who we thought he was. I mean, he can play against teams that don't have elite defenders. Like if we was playing against the Bucks, Tyler probably would look totally different than he would against a team with Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, who can all guard him. And then DeLon was great. 5 for 5 from 3. That's really nice to see. And then last but not least, I think that Duncan and K-Love should get more minutes. They should definitely get more of an opportunity to get on the court. But yeah, I mean, I still feel the same way that I felt last week. Like
we can see from your name, man. We can tell. We can see.
At all costs, this should have been avoided.
And just to point it out to everybody, so you can pile on Alex, like we're gonna do. What are we going to learn from this? With the from's beginning being a 4, I'm assuming that's in reference to where he believes is going to be a sweep. Joe, where you at? Mute Alex, Mike. Kev, what you got? Tell me something good, man. What you got on the series? I know you ain't got nothing good, but at least say something more positive than Alex.
Yeah, man. I mean, y'all pretty much hit on it, right? So Tyler struggled, which I've said on this podcast and I've said on the main one for a long time that the biggest issue with him is the shot selection. It's not, I don't care how many shots he takes. He deserves to take shots, but it's about in rhythm, on time, on balance shots, right? And that's been one of his bigger issues. So to me, I want to see him be more efficient and I want to see him be more confident. I thought for the whole team as a whole, to be honest, it was a lot of passed up threes. I mean, most of us saw that Haywood passed up 3. I don't know why he hesitated. When you get opportunities like that against a team like this, you got to take those shots, bro. You can't hesitate at all. You got to make the Celtics pay as many times as you can because they're only going to give you a little room for error. So it kind of was what I expected game one. I mean, they came out hot. They shot 22 of 49 from 3, right? They out-rebounded us on the offensive boards and the defensive glass, had more steals, had more blocks. We had 20 more points in the paint than them. So I think that's something that you could definitely translate through the rest of the series if, you know, their three-point shot isn't falling. Like Kay said a million times, right? They're going to put all them threes up, and you got to live or die with that. And so we'll see. I thought the zone worked for good stretches, just like versus Philly in that playing game, right? You know, Spo probably leaned into it a little bit too much. But, I mean, Sam Hauser came in the game, hit threes. Like, it's one of them situations where if Peyton Pritchard hitting threes, it's going to get bad for you, bro. It's just going to get bad for you, if we're being honest. So I don't think that's going to continue. I don't think that's going to be a trend, but we'll see. Again, game 2 is on Wednesday. I expect Deuce to be a little bit more better. I expect Jaime to be more composed. I expect Nico to be more ready. Like y'all said, I thought K-Love came in and gave some great minutes. So I think game 2 will be much, much more tight and contested.
I mean, to all of those points, man, I think we talked about it a lot. I can't remember exactly which game it was, but I was speaking, whether it be in our group chat or whether it was like a live conversation about momentum. And Alex tried to clown me and said, this ain't middle school. Momentum don't work. But in basketball, momentum is a serious. That want you to say this ain't middle school, Alex? I thought so. Anyway, long story short, I bet you don't. Long story short, momentum is a crazy thing, bro. And to that Haywood concept, it's like at that point, the Celtics are on a run. So in his mind, we need a bucket. And for lack of better terms, his butt was tight. So he gave it up. because that's an open shot, but he like, maybe I can get a better one. But that's because of how the game flow is, and we need a bucket so badly in that moment because we on a drought. But that speaks to momentum. Something else that highlighted itself in that game when the Miami Heat later in that game were in a position to cut that lead down under 10 points again. Jaime came out and had just made 3 big plays. 2 of them included scores, and I think one of them was a defensive play or a hustle play or something like that. But then on the very following sequence, Tyler proceeds to come down and make another one of those boneheaded decisions that I had alluded to earlier. Crossing half court, allowing 2 guys to walk him right into a trap, only to have Kristaps be able to recover from across half court and be that third guy on the trap, which inevitably led not only to a turnover, but a breakout bucket for them. Further growing that league, further switching momentum back, and further allowing our guys more opportunity in situations for that butt to get tight. I mean, that's what it was with Haywood, but we gotta like give that credence too. Go ahead, Dean.
You know, another thing though, what would have gave us some momentum was putting Duncan in there. I don't think game one was
he rode
full
Tyler
best
too
coaching
long.
job.
No, he rode Tyler too long. Pause. That was crazy. But what that means is it's not like you can't have Tyler and Duncan in the game at the same time. It's just that
But
you're operating.
was poor Tyler once he was struggling. He was struggling early, so you should have.
I agree.
Put him and gave Duncan some of those, especially some of those. I think those late quarter minutes should have went to Duncan.
But this is why I think we agree at, and there's parallel. Just because Tyler's in, it's not the same. Like when you put Duncan in, you're running the offense through Duncan. I think that you leave Tyler in because you need him to catch a rhythm. You just move him to more of an off-ball situation. I completely agree with your overall premise, though. A lot of that action should have been geared for Duncan to get the look as opposed to continuing to try to force for Tyler. I agree with that. But my thing is we don't have a shot if Tyler ain't hitting. So I can't see a situation where you just completely take him out of the mix because it's like, hell, him being off the floor is just as bad as him not hitting, right?
No, because we still got Duncan back there. Duncan only played like what? Duncan only got up like 4 shots.
Like 15 minutes. No, I agree. No, I'm not disagreeing with that. All I'm saying is we serve ourselves better by trying to get Tyler back in a rhythm as minimalistically as we can. Like not necessarily saying to force him the shots, but if he get it off a kick out or rotation get to him and he put up a good shot, we want him to try to get back in rhythm. That's all I'm saying. But you definitely roll the action away from him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cut your 10 shots down to like 3, 4. I mean, I agree with that part, but I don't think you can take Tyler off the floor. I saw that a lot. It's like we ain't got no better options, bro.
I don't know. I still think Duncan would have. We had to see what Duncan had, bro.
Yeah, I want Duncan on the floor. I just don't know if
because I mean, like
you take Tyler.
They
totally
both liabilities on a defensive end anyway. So like
shit, bro.
both.
I mean,
both.
Shoot.
I mean, the team's going to look at you.
I my bad, y'all. Shoot, bro. They was up consistently somewhere between 12 and 20 all game anyway. So at that point, you gotta try to fight fire with fire.
Yeah,
and that goes back to
both was food. They both would have been food regardless. To
absolutely.
Either player.
But that goes back to what I've been saying for a month, though. They started out the game not hitting those threes, back to momentum. Once a bunch of them started falling, the bucket got big. I mean, like you said, Kev, Pritchard was hitting shots from 47 feet, just pulling up. Like, and once he started pulling up from the logo, his confidence is too far out of the stratosphere.
Porzingis, he had a big night too.
Yeah.
He did.
I want to ask too, do we even think that is Duncan fully healthy? Like, do we? That's a question too.
That's a good question.
That works me, to be honest, because I don't really know at this point.
That's what
I don't think so. But still, man, to me, listen, if you suited up to play, you healthy enough.
Right.
That's my opinion. That's what I was taught.
Because
the back thing is funny. Go ahead, Joe.
Because like it makes you think like he's probably playing because obviously you got this situation with Terry, and you don't want to be in the situation where Jimmy's out, Terry's out, and Duncan's out. So obviously they tried playing him like what was it a couple weeks ago, and obviously he wasn't 100%. So then they put him back on the bench. So it makes you think now we're in the situation where 2 important pieces of this team, 2 guys who'd be in the starting lineup when healthy isn't there. So it's like if you feel like you're able to at least get on the court and not suffer an even worse injury, then why not at this point knock yourself out? And that's what's kind of happening with just putting Duncan in the game and seeing what you can get from him.
But Duncan
I'm a
could
little-
be a threat with just being on the court.
I agree, though. I
He
agree.
could be a threat just being on the court.
I'm a little
And he
older
wasn't,
than
like,
all of you
horribly-
guys.
horribly
And I'll
bad.
say that to say this. When it comes to a back, the back is one of those things where it's good till it ain't. So when he dressed in that game that he didn't play a couple of games ago, he probably could have played then. But it's just like that neck with Terry. See, the neck controls so much, and Terry hadn't had as much time. It's not about the pain or discomfort he's feeling now. It's about we don't know what movement or what thing we're not expecting is going to automatically make that thing come back. So it's a time thing. It's like if game 2 game plan calls for Duncan to give us 30 minutes, then that's what Spo's going to do. I felt like it's a conditioning thing and also a ramp up thing. It's like, okay, you good to go, but we don't want you to get bumped one time and then you all the way back to where you was. So we're going to give you, we're going to let you get lathered up. We're going to let you warm up, but you ain't going to play. Okay, now we're going to ease you back into it. We're going to give you 8 minutes. Now in this first game, we're going to give you 15 to 20 minutes. I just think he's working his way back up because with that
disagree.
back, I feel you, but here's my thing.
Go ahead.
If he, you just said it. If he can't play, he can't play. So if he's suited up, then he can give him what he got. I just think that they know that it's a back, and they're trying to, like yesterday, if we need a big shot and we down 7, I fully believe Duncan come in and give you more minutes and more action. But it's like, hell, if we're in a position where we down 20 and like having him in the game only risks tweaking that back a little more. I mean, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's the decision you made because you ultimately saying risk reward. Yeah, Duncan can give us a spark and maybe we can pull it tight and make this thing tight. Or I can definitely play him 15, 20 minutes, give him that rest so that in game 2, I can deploy him as much as I want to, knowing I gave him a little more rest in game 1. Go ahead, Dean.
Nah, I don't even want to say what I got to say no more. No, because I agree. I gotta agree, but I didn't want to admit that I agree. With
I love it when that happens. Oh, I love it when that happens. Anything else? I mean, look, man. I think I've said everything I had to say on game 1. Like Kev, Luke, all of y'all have said my points because I've been saying them for months. This team is going to shoot a bunch of threes. They were missing them early, bro, and I just feel like the momentum got to a point where it's like, okay, the Heat went on another drought, and then of course, like. Tyler being so cold. It's like when they know that's your guy. And right now, Tyler, in the game 1, Tyler was our guy. Like we expected Tyler to come in and lead us. Like when they know that and he not hitting, their confidence only going to grow. That bucket only going to get bigger because they like, shoot, I can be off on this one. If I hit one of every 2 I take, I'm good because this ain't making nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like it was one of those things. And then even still, yo, they jumped out on the Miami Heat 15 something. Like that was I expected that, especially without Jimmy Butler to stabilize you. I almost expected that. And somebody said it. They, if anything, it might have been on here, or might have been in the chat. If anything, they wanted to catch the Celtics in after the first round because they agree that their style is inefficient. But if they were ever gonna, it might have been Alex that said it. If they were ever gonna be hot, it was gonna be in this first round. So there's also that whole thing to look to. But again, man, I don't think it like this. Yo, I really firmly believe if Jimmy Butler healthy was playing, we would win this series in 6. I really do believe that. I do. Because think about all the runs we made yesterday, even after they go up 15. If Jimmy in the game, once we get that game back to within 7 one time, I don't see it climbing back out to 18, maybe 10 or 11. But that ain't nothing for the Heat with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I feel like, you know, with Terry, I feel like he gives us another big shot taker and shot maker where that's going to make this series a little closer. And I want you to comment on that, Dean, because I know you said earlier you don't believe in Terry as that guy. But that's going to be a question I get to later when I ask a question that was developed in our pregame. I just think that, again, to the point, the Celtics team relies so much on the 3 ball. If momentum doesn't happen the way it happened, if Tyler Hero go anything besides 0 of 0, and you know what I mean, if the Miami Heat don't dig themselves a 15-0 hole earlier, I fully believe that with 5 minutes to go left in this game, it's a within 7-point game, and the Miami Heat have a chance to win. And with adjustments And with them coming into this game with the correct mindset of not letting the Celtics blitz them, and with the confidence that they had to have garnered from at least understanding, hey, we can compete with this team, I feel like game 2 going to be completely different. And I still believe in the Miami Heat. They're not going to sweep them. They're not going to beat them in 5 or 6. It might go 7. But I don't think the Miami Heat is as disintegrated as most other people do. The floor is yours, Alex.
Yeah, I was about to say, so I found what we was talking about in regards to like the momentum thing. So you said you know better than anyone that this thing is about momentum. And so I said, bump momentum. This is a middle school team playing a varsity basketball team. So with that being said, without us having Jimmy and Tyler, well, not Tyler, without us having Jimmy,
We ain't got Tyler
and
either.
Terry,
He ain't showing up.
you're right about that. But without us having Jimmy and Terry, their talent is so much. Their talent is so
It's a
much
huge
above
talent,
ours
yeah.
that even with all the momentum on our side, they're still a different level than we are. They're still a totally different animal.
Get him, K.
than we have. We literally don't have the talent to compete with Boston without Jimmy and Terry. It's not close. That's why I said it is a varsity team playing a middle school basketball team.
I'm not gonna play semantics with you because we don't have Jimmy, and I hope Terry come back for game 2. I do. So they already announced him out game 2.
They ain't announced him, but I don't think he's gonna play.
They was talking about what? They was talking about somebody
career threatening.
They was talking about his neck injury. Oh, we don't think it's career threatening.
Well, that was just I think that was just Ira and Barry coming out saying something like that. Nobody I didn't see that narrative painted or portrayed until that report. Like, I don't know why he said that. Like, had anybody else seen anything where it was career threatening? No, like right. I think that was just some extra. I think that was just some extra engagement stuff. Like, that's not. Anyway, that report hasn't been made official, so I'm still holding out hope that Terry play tomorrow. With that being said, I agree. Okay, Alex, you said that momentum has nothing to do with it. Were we not making a run? Go ahead.
The momentum has a lot to do with it, but
but you're saying with this dearth of right, you're saying with the dearth of talent, with the gap in talent because we don't have Jimmy outright. I get that, and that's what I was saying. All things considered, that instance that I mentioned, that sequence that I mentioned, where the Miami Heat were actively cutting the lead to below double digits, and Tyler Hero gives the ball away. You can't tell me that those 7 to 9 points without the Celtics scoring isn't something real. Are you saying that's not real?
We had a white boy killing us on their team and on our own team, bro. It was terrible.
Hey, Joel, mute Joel's mic, Joel. Mute Joel's mic.
I'm sorry, bro. I can't get enough of this, man, because how the heck is Tyler going to kill us like this? And then you got Sam Hauser out here making 53s because everyone just want to leave him wide open, bro. I'm getting sick of this, man.
Yeah, you know the thing about last night's game is what somewhat scares me a little bit. And I said this earlier on, that Boston didn't even play well. Like, they didn't play well. They missed a lot of shots. Tatum had to me, Tatum had a horrible game. He had Drew didn't play well either.
They don't need Drew to play well. They just need Drew to play defense.
Jaylen Brown played good.
Jaylen Brown played good. Porzingis played. He played his butt off, man. Porzingis was hooping.
If you take away the 1-3 that Tatum made, I think he was like 1 for 8 from 3. If you take away that, they still had 21 threes. Like, what you mean they didn't play good?
No, like what I'm saying. Listen, we don't watch 82. Well, we honestly we watched all 82 games, but we don't watch. We watched a lot of Boston basketball, and we seen them play great. We seen them play horrible. This wasn't one of their best games they played. Like this was, to me, this was a bad game from Boston.
See,
I pray to God. They had us down 34, so I pray to God they don't play good. I pray to God.
Bro, when your best player doesn't play that bad, I just don't think they played that good. No, that's it. I just don't think Boston played that good.
I'm gonna let everybody get their closing thoughts out before we move on to one of our final topics. We ain't got that much to go, guys. But I will say this. Yo, I hear you, but in the regular season, when they get on that run of just like nailing 3 after 3 after 3, and you get down 15, the other team quit in the regular season because it's like, they on one of them runs, we ain't going. But for me, if in those games where somebody has taken in the regular season, where somebody has cared enough, the Hawks twice to close the season, where somebody has cared enough to punch back, this is just who they are. Like, y'all got to stop hyping these dudes. They ain't as good as y'all think they is. I'm telling you. When somebody is scared to punch back, they curl up like cooked shrimp, dog. So what y'all seeing yesterday ain't them playing down. I had somebody else tell me they're not even putting in effort. And I call that cow with big glaze. Because what I'm saying is this. Sometimes you got to step out your corner and fight too. And when you show a dude that you're willing to fight, sometimes he's like, whoa, I was just playing, buddy. Hey, I really didn't want to, And I'm saying that the Celtics got a lot of that to them. Because it's just like, when Jimmy ain't on the court, all of a sudden, y'all big dogs. Y'all big dogs now. Mm-hmm. When Jimmy ain't on the court, y'all big dogs. Like, so when you're a front runner like that, yo, you soft. And you ain't made of that stuff. It's on you. It ain't in you. Like, it's on you. It ain't in you. And I really think that it's not that the Celtics didn't play well. I think that's who they are. And when you step up and hit them back in their face, they be like, my face. Go ahead, Joe.
I just want to say though, that front running stuff you was talking about, I want to comment on it because I don't know if y'all seen them comments made by they bench warmers, but that O'Shea Brissett dude, bro.
You mean O'Shea Brissett?
Whatever you want to call him, he is a pussy.
He was watching the game on Friday where the arena was like, "We won Boston," and then he posted a little picture with his black fingernails. No shade to the pronoun people. If that's what you do. That's what you do.
Wait. Let's not do this right now. Hey, listen, man. He versus the world. Oh,
You can't come at me. You can't come at me in a chamber looking like a golf Canadian, brother. Like, you can't do that.
Okay.
You can't do that.
But, like, I'm just saying, dog, like, you can't be that big of a pussy talk. All that talk just because.
I can't say pronoun people, but you can call him a vagina.
Listen, man.
Welcome to the Biscayne Breakdown, man. We can't use that type of language on the main pod. We can use it on this pod.
I can't call them pronoun people, but you can call them a vagina. What?
Please, okay, man. I'm sorry, man. Anyways,
man, let's get back on track, man.
O'Shea Brissett, dude, bro did all that talking. Mind you, he was down by 30-something points, and they still didn't think he was good enough to put in for garbage minutes or whatever.
The most work he did was hug Tatum before the game yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's literally all. And I seen the stats yesterday. Clapped maybe 8 or 9 times, handed maybe 4 or 5 water bottles to the other players. That's the only stats he had, bro.
Well, you say somebody slid the towel off the court and he was, let me grab that.
Exactly, man. Like, you ain't even the best at what you're doing right now, okay? Because that man Thanasis on the Bucks probably do a better job than you. So I don't know why you out here talking like you that good of a.
Thanasis can pick a mean booger. We don't know what O'Shea can do.
That's true too. I mean, at least he with the gritty of it. I ain't seen O'Shea try to wipe any boogers out of Jason's nose. So, I'll say that. But overall, man, like you said, they got some front runners on that team. And also, I don't want to say this word specifically, but Brian Scalabrine or whatever that dude's name is, man, shut the hell up. Okay, the only reason why you even know, and I don't even like it when Celtics fans try to come after us with Udonis Haslem this, Udonis Haslem that, when y'all still meat ride this dude Scalabrine, whatever his name is. This dude literally had the audacity to make it seem like Spo run the mafia or whatever, and literally told our team to go check this dude, Jason Tatum. That was not the case whatsoever. The dude was in a bad place at the wrong time, and it's not our fault that Drew got involved in it and shoved Caleb. And I know I'm talking about a whole lot of other things, but I cannot stand these Celtics, bro. And I'm really hoping Miami can beat them, because any other team, listen, it's unfortunate when you lose in the playoffs, but I do not like losing to these people, bro. Like when you lose, it's one thing to lose to the Celtics, but to let those fans claim victory over you, I'm not with that type of stuff. So I need Miami to work some sort of miracle right now, or Denver or whoever needs to come out and pull the victory. Because I'm rooting for any other team except Boston, because I
Yo,
cannot let these evil white folks get their way over us. I can't let that happen. I'd rather be dead than let this happen. All right.
bro,
So
Joe, what you have to understand is their fans deep down in their core and their soul from last year is still hurting badly. So this is a good revenge and redemption for them by beating us. And especially without Jimmy, they think they could really turn up and go to a different level. But trust and believe, all that hate is stemming from them being let down from last year, where we should have probably beat them in 5, maybe 4, and we
It's
let
a
them back into the series and we daggered them on their home court in a Game 7 situation. So
yep.
deep down, it's a hate, and it's a mutual hate. But just know again that their hate stems from them folding last year and us snatching them up the way that we did. But this year, I'm not even gonna put an asterisk on it. It is what it is. We don't have our best player, but just know it's a lot of insecurity in Boston right now, man.
Exactly. What Kevin's speaking of is that void, that emptiness, that hole that they feel in their chest, because every year they go out and they spend all the money in the New England area on a roster to, play on those Cascade floors and the whatever it's called now, the TD Garden, the Water Bank Field, whatever, Boston Throw Up Arena. I don't know. They go out and they spend all of the money every year to put a product on the floor. And most of the time, the Heat with 5 undrafted guys, 2 dudes you ain't never heard of, a second-round pick, 3 outcasts, Coach Spo, Jimmy Bam, and the Ghost of 14 come out and disappoint them and ruin their years and send them home packing. So it's just a void. And they're trying to fill that void with the beat down, as Kev said, but they're not gonna get what they want, even if all y'all don't believe it. I'm telling you.
And I'll say this, and then we can move on. But like that.
Hey Joe, this my show, brother. You don't dictate that.
Oh yeah, man.
You can just say this and then we'll move on. All right.
All right. I know. I just didn't want to make it seem like we was gonna take 40 minutes with this. So, but like I'm gonna say this. Last year though was a deluxe because you had what happened with the Heat. Then you had the Florida Panthers, I think, because they take their hockey seriously too. So we came back from like what 3-0, 3-1, and we took them out.
Oh yeah, you did it to the Bruins as well. Yep.
Yeah, it was like 3-0, right? We came back from or 3-1.
It was 3-1 or 3-0. Either way, it was
painful. Game 7s on their home floor in TD Garden.
Yep, exactly.
That's all it is.
So,
man, they tired of us snatching their soul. We like Shang Tsung to them.
Mm-hmm.
Their soul is ours. And like I said, they think that this potential, win for them is going to be the thing that makes them whole again. But again, I got news for you. The Lord sent me here today to tell. Anyway, moving on. Listen, guys. Before we get to our game 2 predictions, I got a question that kind of came up in the pre-pod production. I'm gonna ask 2 questions, and I want to keep it simple. We're not gonna spend no more than 7 minutes or so here. One, and I'll go around the panel starting from Kev, then Alex, then Joe, then Dean. Is Bam a number 2? Why or why not? Kev?
He can be, yes, but I'm gonna say no. I do not think he is because of the responsibility that we have thrown upon him on that defensive end, and especially offensively. Because for the past few years, we started to add a couple guys. Like you're seeing Caleb get it, Terry has it, where they can get their own shot off the dribble. But for the most part, since we've had Jimmy, Bam has been the offensive hub that's been that playmaker. So when you have that, when you have him having to guard all the opposing big men, his best 4 that he's played next to is what? Up until this point, probably Kelly O. Like you can make a case. So I feel like due to the responsibilities that we've placed on him, and I understand.
Not to cut you off, but I had to think about it. Nico might be challenging for that, which is crazy that we even got to think about that. But go ahead.
Exactly. That's my point. That just adds on to it even more. So in another situation, yes. In this situation, yes. But I'm going to say no just because of we already put so much responsibility on him and Jimmy. I think he's best suited for this team as a third option.
What say you, Alex?
I feel like I've said it a bunch on different pods, but no, on a championship team, Bam Adebayo is your third guy overall. He's your defensive anchor that if he scores more than 15 points, then you're just like, hey, like this is just extra. But he is not a number 2 guy. He's number 3 defensive anchor. Offense is just extra. For the quick answer, in my opinion.
What about you, Joel? Is Bam a number 2 option?
What Alex and Kev said. I mean, he's better off as a number 3. He already does enough for the team, and that's why, like, I'm not trying to continue to complain about this, but it's like that's why you really do need an elite bucket getter on this team, because everyone gets worked up when Bam's doing his thing, what we need from him. But if Jimmy's having off nights, immediately, oh well, why couldn't Bam step up offensively and do this, and that when he's literally holding down the defense? And it's like, we get where y'all coming from, but at the end of the day, it's not like this front office doesn't know what this duo is capable of doing. They know by now that Jimmy's the type of guy that likes to, take it easy in the regular season, do his thing in the playoffs. And then, you have a guy like Bam who can't exactly do everything at once. The dude is only human. So, like I said, at the end of the day, like, he is number 3, and you just kind of need like an elite bucket getter, whoever it is. I don't know what's going to happen in the offseason, but just get someone in there that can allow Bam to be that number 3 so he can continue to flourish in that role while somebody else is handling, the stuff that necessarily Bam just can't handle at this moment, because he's already got his hands tied with so many other things, specifically in that defensive end. So, no.
For sure. What you got, Dean?
Yo, I disagree with all you. I just disagree with everybody. And I'm gonna take it. I want to ask y'all a question. This is a yes or no question. A quick question. Do y'all like? He can't be a number 2 because y'all saying he does so much on the defensive end? Is what can't make him a number 2 option? That, like, I'm confused.
No, that's a big part of it. When you look at other twos and keeping this short, when you look at the other top tier twos in the league, none of them have the same amount of responsibility as Bam on their team for their respective teams.
But so we saying that in today's NBA or NBA history, like total, like it's never been a number 2 in NBA history who wasn't an anchor on the defensive end and still was.
To go to what you basically the point that you're trying to make right now, which I said before the pod started. Bam, and I think I heard Tim. I think it was on the Hoop Collective podcast. I think Tim Bontemps said it. It was perfect to me. Bam can be your number 2 if your number 1 is a top 2, top 3 player in the NBA every single night. And Jimmy isn't that. Jimmy picks and chooses, which is why during a playoff run, Bam can be your 2. But I think it makes the most sense for Bam to be the 3 and somebody else to be the 2. So we can rely on Jimmy to give you 25 or so, whoever that number 2 elite scorer is, to give you 25. And then, like I said, Bam, if he gets over 15, it's just extra.
I'm gonna say this, like, and I'm not comparing these 2 players. I'm not comparing Bam to this player at all. I mean, I think it's somewhat of some similarities. It's somewhat some similarities, but I'm not comparing them. When you look at a team that we're playing now, and they won one championship they had since color TV. A guy by the name of Kevin Garnett. He was a defensive anchor who was a number 2 option on a championship team. So it's possible. You got guys in the NBA now who are defensive anchors who are number 2 options on championship teams. So I just think that Bam is just, He's just not. He just doesn't have. He just doesn't have it to be a number 2 option on the team. I think he just has to be.
I'm gonna let you speak, Alex. I mean, I ain't. Was you finished, Dean? My bad. I thought you was done.
No, I'm almost done. I just don't think he has it to be a number 2 option on the team. I think he's a number 3 option on the championship team, and that's okay because if you go back, we're going to stay on this Boston Celtics team. If you go back to let's say Ray Allen, Kev, would you say Ray Allen was probably the 3rd most important player on that championship team?
I can make a case he was the 4th because Rondo was important.
That's why I wanted to talk. Actually, it goes back to that point I was making. If you the point guard, it's different because on that team, Rondo's actually the 2, but he acted as the 1 because he had the ball the whole time. Yes, Rondo dictated what happened on any given play because he's the point. Yes,
over like Pierce.
If Rondo wanted to go through the lane and shoot that floater,
was 2 or 3. No, I think he was 2 or 3.
Paul Pierce was the number 1 option, but it goes back to that thing. Like if you're number 2, or if a guy that's close to being your number 1 is your point, it's a little different because they have the ball so much, bro. That's my whole point. No, you're right. Pierce is the 1. Rondo was the 2, and then you got KG and Ray Allen chiming in for who gonna be 3 that night. Like they was 3A and 3B. It goes back to that Franz Wagner, potential Tyler Hero thing we talked about beginning of the show. If you had that hypothetical situation where Paolo would be the 1, and on any given night, a guy like Tyler and Franz would like say, okay, tonight you the 2A and I'm the 2B, or tonight I'm the 2A and you the 2B. Like I think Rondo was always 1 or 2.
I think Rondo just controlled the offense. I think Rondo just controlled the offense, but I don't think he was the. No, but listen. Would you say is a lot of times where Draymond controls the offense for Golden State?
Yeah.
But he's
okay.
Not the 1 or 2
No. Stop, bro. Stop. Steph or Clay still bring the ball up the court. Draymond run his big ass. Sorry, Joe. Bleep. Draymond run from the dunker spot, set the pick, get the rock at the top of the key, then orchestrate. No, Rondo get the rock, bring the ball. I'm talking about a guy who get the rock at one end, bring it all the way across, and do work.
Draymond has done that plenty of times, bro.
No, he does do that, but that's not typically what they do. That's all I'm saying. He can't, like Bam.
No, you got me there.
Right, like Bam does do that, but typically, like we want Jaime or Tyler to bring the ball up. You know what I mean?
I don't know about Tyler, but
I mean, well, if Terry ain't there, I'm just using yesterday, bro.
But I'm just saying. I think though, like he's just not a number 2 option on the championship team. 3, in my
opinion, y'all know how I feel. It goes back to that same concept. I feel like he's capable of being a 2. He should. You know what I'm saying? There should be no option where he's not. Like I said, pre-pod, there should be no game where he don't score at least 16 points, grab me 8-9 boards. But my thing is this. Because Bam does so much, optimally, you want there to be a 2B that you can depend on to come in some nights and be a 2A.
But see, K, that's where I have the problem at. We saying he does so much, he can't be. No, that's the thing. The number 1 and 2 option is supposed to do so much.
I didn't say he couldn't be. I think he should be. I'm just saying if you want to make that argument.
Yeah, but like we can't say he does so much. He can't be the number 2 option.
No, I never said. In fact,
we rely on the defensive end.
If you remember pre-pod, I told Kev that I think he should be doing all of it because he's capable.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what a superstar in the NBA is. I think
that's exactly what it is.
We don't give Jimmy no passes.
I don't think Bam's a superstar. Yeah, I think he's an all-star. He's a really good player. He's just not a superstar.
But
he's an all-star.
That offensive consistency is what's separating him from being a superstar, though.
That's the only problem I have. That's why I don't think he's a superstar yet. That offensive consistency.
But see, that's the thing. We expect Jimmy to come in and be the best defender on the floor, or top 2 defender on the floor, top 3 at minimum every night, and to also be our best players and also be our best player. We got to learn to hold everybody to that standard.
No, I do. I hold both.
I'm not saying you, Deem. I'm saying in general the word.
All right.
Because we trip over ourselves. I'm gonna let you get that in, Alex. Pause. Hey, yo, that was crazy. We trip over ourselves oftentimes to give Bam a pass A lot of cats do that, and I know Bam do a lot. So I grade him on a curve, you know what I mean? But I don't never give him no pass, and we just gotta learn to hold both of them to that same standard. That's all. And maybe that's one of those things where it's like your strongest kid, you treat them a little different than you do your soft kid. And then when your strongest kid be like, but why you treat Bobby different? You be like, Tommy, because I know you can take it. Bobby a little soft dude. He can't take it. I gotta baby him, but I know you can take it. And that ain't right, but that's just, you know what I mean, what's going on.
No Diddy, no Diddy.
Chill on me, bro. Chill on me right now. Please chill on me. Alex, what you got, man?
The only thing I wanted to add to that conversation before we move on to, I guess, game 2 predictions was that Dean basically started off saying that he didn't agree, but then he ended up agreeing with all of us.
No, I still disagree with y'all. I still disagree. I still disagree.
He disagree in application, but the elements that we're speaking of, he agree with that.
Yeah, but I disagree.
I do. I've been doing this with Dean for a long time. I understand.
Yeah, he understand me.
I understand. I just seen something that popped across the screen because I got the Magic and Cavs game on, and I'm dead. But something popped up and it said that Luka, Jokic, Bam, and Paolo were the only people to lead their team in points, rebounds, and assists. Hold up, I'm about to try and rewind the TV.
Yo, Jimmy would have led the team in points if he like. He would have led the team in points.
Led in points, rebounds, assists. Good job, man.
And that's why we the 8th seed.
Can anybody else hear, Kay?
Okay, I thought it was just me.
My bad, brother. I had myself on mute. Here's the thing. With all of this Bam talk, that leads you here. Because I waited for this and I set y'all up. And we're not going to spend but a few minutes on this because we're going to be out of this mug in 10 minutes. I promise. Whether I had to close my computer down and leave y'all up there, I'm out.
I want to get to that Magic and Cavs game.
Absolutely. I'm out. But with that being said, because I'm saying that Bam is a number 2 if he has a 2B, that leads you to this question. I just want yes, and I'm going to give you 30 seconds to explain your answer. No follow-up questions, Dean. With that being said, it makes you, and I said this prior to us trading for him, if you trading for Terry thinking you're going to get Charlotte Terry, you're going to be mistaken. And that leads to this. Is Terry a 2B? Answer it, Dean.
No,
don't shake your head with somebody else.
I'm just going to say no. I just don't think so. No.
Is he a 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
your turn is Kev, your turn is coming.
My bad.
Is he a 3, Dean?
Yeah.
Okay, well, see that, but see,
a low level 3. He's a low level.
But see,
3.
exactly, and that explains your take on Bam right there because you don't think Terry's a 3. Your turn, Kev. Is he a 2B?
Yes, I think. I mean, unless we get somebody else, which is, I think it's a chance we can.
I'm not asking you that. I'm not asking you that. I'm asking
right
you
now,
purely outright. Is in the perfect world, fresh season, full off season, accumulated. Is Terry Rozier a 2B?
Yes, 1,000%.
Well, Bam's gonna right. Well, Bam's gonna be fine then. Alex, what you think?
Yes, he can be. And are we going with the?
Okay. Well, since you qualifying it, is he a 3?
Perfect 3.
Okay, Bam's gonna be fine then. If you think he's a perfect 3, Joel, is Terry a 2B?
I believe so. Yep.
Well, Bam's gonna be fine, and I too believe he's a 2B. But that goes into what we have to figure out between now and between the end of next season or the trade deadline, because Terry deal next year only partially guaranteed. I think that's a lot of what we're going to figure out, because even if we all on the same page, and this, I know how y'all feel. I have been, if 14 not going to accept that he is 6, he got to go. Point blank, period. And it ain't that I want him off the team. If you can't give me what I need you to give me, but instead creating a lot of wavelengths and kerfuffleness, I need you gone. And I need somebody in here for you that's going to actually help me. That's always been my thing. And at this juncture, he's a bet. His optimal place in the league is a 6. Ain't nothing wrong with being Lou Will. Lou will probably go to the Hall of Fame for being one of the best sixes ever. That's all I'm saying. Ain't nothing wrong with that, especially when you're a better version because you're bigger. Anybody got any closing thoughts before we move on? I told Joe to put that on the screen randomly so we could all laugh, but he failed the assignment.
Shout out.
Listen, man.
Public Enemy #1.
Wow, that's crazy. Osama bin Tyler. Game 2, brethren. Quickly, I give everybody a minute so we can get up out of here. Alex, game 2. What you expect? I mean, before all of your people call you and clown you, obviously, which you're so worried about.
But I will say, I didn't get any type of craziness. So I mean,
you shouldn't because they favorite to win this, and they should.
Yeah, but if we get swept, then I'm probably gonna hear about it. But I mean, to be totally honest, I expect us to get swept. So I think that the game is gonna be closer throughout the whole game than it was on Sunday. Like we're not gonna be down 30, but I do think at the end of the game, it's still gonna be the Heat lost by a nice, healthy double digits, and the Celtics were comfortable the whole entire time.
So Celtics double-digit win, Heat down 0-2 after game 2. That's Alex take. Got it. What you got, Kev?
I'm saying we lose in a close one. I think it's going to be tight and contest. I think it's going to go back and forth. I rarely ever predict losses. Joe knows every time I'm on here, I always say we're going to win. But I think we're going to lose in a close one. I think we're going to give ourselves a shot to win it at the end. I just think it's going to be a couple mistakes that cost us. I think Boston will get the job done. But on top of that, if we are close and contested in that fourth quarter, we are going to give ourselves a chance to win every single game. You know why? Because the Celtics still have a problem closing out games because they don't know what to do outside of rely upon Jason Tatum when it comes to closing out games. So if we keep it close in that fourth quarter and the pressure's on them, anything can happen. But I do think Celtics will win in a close one.
And he ain't Kobe. What you got, Dean?
Man, them two guys up there, they weak. Miami gonna win this by 15. Miami gonna win by 15. Miami gonna win by 15. Tyler going for a 30 piece.
Talk to me, Dean.
We going for a 30 piece.
Man, you right here, Dean. Man, you right here, Dean. Get everybody else on my screen, Joe.
Yo, Tyler going. I'm telling y'all, he hear the noise. He see the Bin Laden, the terrorist comparisons. He see all this. That boy going for 30. Bam gonna have a big game. I just hope them two can play well together. You know, like when Tyler played great, Bam doesn't play that good, vice versa. But I think they're gonna have a big game. I think we're gonna see more Duncan. Hopefully, we see more Duncan, man. Like we need that. We need that threat from Duncan. But yeah, I see Miami bouncing back. I see Tyler having a really good game. Again, Boston is what the number 1 3-point shooting team in the NBA, maybe number 2 behind OKC. I'm not sure, but I don't think they're going to hit that many shots.
Volume-wise, they number 1 by far.
Volume-wise, they number 1?
Yeah, efficiency-wise, I think they like top 3.
Whatever. Anyway, I just don't think that they're going to win. I like Miami for bounce back, especially Tyler. I think Tyler's going to have a pretty big game. He got a lot to prove. Like, this is a prove-it year for Tyler. We know we said that last year, the year before that.
Every year is a prove-it year.
Every year is a prove-it year, but this year, I really feel like it's a prove-it year.
This series is a requiem on his Miami Heat tenure, like, no doubt. Joel, what
maybe
you got?
For the roster period, though, okay? Maybe for the roster period.
You can't judge that without Jimmy. It's tough to judge that without Jimmy, especially with Terry being down. It's super tough to judge that. And I'll give you an example there before you go real quick, Joel. You see what the boy in Philly did that we traded for him. Even if you got him, that's 18 points that you got. It's just you can't judge it if you ain't fully whole. I'm not saying Kyle Lowry makes a difference. I'm just saying if you ain't whole, you know what I mean? You can't. It's tough to judge it. But when you've been hollering at you, that dude, it's easy to judge you when you don't show up. That's a little different. Joe, what you got?
Hey, man, I'm going to just say this, bro. There's nothing impossible for our God, man. So I'm going to just trust on him. I'm going to pray like I always do. And I will pray for his deliverance for this team, you know. Whatever he feels is good for us, I'm going to go with it. I know Dean mentioned that Tyler going to have a good game, and I hope so because the time is ticking for him, so he needs to very soon. But yeah, man, I'm gonna say that God will deliver us to a win. Hopefully we can make the what's the word I'm looking for? The adjustments that's needed. Just stop having them shoot all these crazy threes, bro. I understand that Boston might have not played their best game imaginable, but even then, bro, 22 threes last game was unacceptable, bro. How y'all gonna let them shoot Jimmy's number like that? Okay, go in there next game, handle business.
They didn't shoot Jimmy's number. They made Jimmy's number.
Sickening, bro. So just go and handle business, and let's go back to Miami with the 1-1, tie, bro. Like, because then after that, I mean, just take one on the road, and you never know what could happen from there. I'm not saying we're gonna win the series if we steal one, but it could be unpredictable from there. So
It's
just
unpredictable.
just take one, and let's go from there. We'll see what happens after that.
It goes back to my point, man. Look, these guys ain't what y'all think they is, yo. I feel like once they saw, I mean, I'm not, look, brother, we all have our different opinions. That's what makes this show great, bro. Once they saw that the Miami Heat, couldn't get Tyler activated yesterday, that's when things really took off. The shots was real spotty leading up to that. And that's the overall concept that I think the last, Deem and Joe have hit on. Once you punch these guys in the mouth, and they're going to be like, oh, my mouth hurt. And they've shown us that. So hit them in the mouth. Go get your win, which I think they will. I'm somewhere in the middle of Deem and the rest of you guys. I don't think it'll be 15. But I think it's going to end up being like 6 or 7 after they foul us in the end to try to, muck the game up. But I think the adjustments will be made. I think that we're going to come in, and whatever the game plan is, it's going to be every 3 you take is going to be contested. I think it's going to be less double coverages. I think we're going to see a lot of Haywood on JT. You're going to see a lot of Caleb on JB. I think we're going to see a lot of 1 feet in the paint, but we're going to make you make all those threes over top of us, because I think yesterday what they did yesterday was they threw a lot of help at guys like JT, or they threw help at KP after he got going. And then that left guys like Hauser open on the rotation. That left guys, like Pritchard, with a second more than he should have to get that shot off. So I feel like the adjustments will be made. We know what Sposiv's gonna do. The math professor. He gonna do his thing, and I feel like the Miami he gonna come out and even this thing up. And I'm telling you, once we even this thing up, that Shamrock gonna get so tight. Oh my God,
we're not getting swept. There's no way impossible.
Oh nah, without a doubt.
Dude,
I like
if we get swept. If we get swept, I come on here with a Boston jersey. Like, I do the whole pod on the Boston.
I like Big Purse,
that.
but that was some good Shamrock he's smoking.
Yeah, I don't think we getting swept. Yo, Spo's going to get one.
Yeah, without
Spo's going to get one. Yeah, I don't think he's getting swept.
Without a doubt. And the only reason we got swept versus the Bucks because our guys just didn't have it.
Listen,
Fugazi year.
Listen,
didn't have it.
Hey, Alex, bro, I disagree with K when he say he don't think. I think Boston is I think they're probably I think they're the best team in the league. But I feel as though we have their number, and we have one of the greatest, in my opinion, the second greatest coach in NBA history. He's going to get one out of these guys.
Top 3 at worst.
Bro, he's going to get one. He's going to get one.
If you want to take a field or pop, I can't argue with that.
I love
around every coach in the NBA, and he's going to he's going to get one out of it.
I absolutely love Eric Spoelstra. And I know as a basketball coach, you could do your best coaching, and if the talent gap is too big, it was a talent gap last year. But the gap was closer because we had Jimmy. But it was a talent gap last year.
It was a talent gap in the bubble.
And last year especially, because you're talking about the most well-rounded roster in the league when you think about it.
I think in the bubble that was our best team.
I don't think we won't better than the Celtics. The Celtics were still better than us. They go out every year and flip and swap all-stars. What you mean?
Exactly.
I don't remember that Boston. That was young though. That was young too.
That Celtics team. Listen,
we was better than them. They had Kemba out there.
They got JB. They got Kemba. They got Al Horford. They had
Brogdon.
Better.
This Boston team's better.
They had. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Yo, I was rooting for the Raptors.
All I'm saying is when you look at that Boston team, you can't tell me that roster, guy for guy, wasn't better than the Heat in the bubble.
I don't think so.
We can do that next episode.
I feel
We
like
can.
okay,
We're gonna break those down next episode.
I just understood, like what you just said gave me the understanding of why you said what you said, K. So what you said, basically, like if you went, K was going off of.
If you go body for body,
if you go name for name, you would think you should pick the Boston. I understand what you're saying now, K. I understand what you're saying.
And that's how it is every year. And that's my problem with people hyping and glazing Boston, because it's like, yo, they should win every year. They go out and they buy the top 9 players on the market every year.
So, no, with the names that they done had come through there and everything, they should have had even.
They should have won a title since we was watching hoops in black and white, dog.
They should have.
I know they won one with Paul Pierce and them. I'm just saying.
I said, well, yeah. Honestly, like with this tape,
that was only one.
Here, they should have won in 2022. But obviously,
they should have more than one. They should have more than one title in this millennium.
No, 22.
Exactly.
They should have won in 2022, but the Warriors.
I don't know.
That goes back to my. As I close this episode,
I don't think they should have won, though.
We're going to save this for the Heat versus the World, which is inevitably coming in a couple of days. But that's to my point. This Celtics team ain't never as good as we think they is. You saying they should have won against the Warriors. But when you can hit them in the mouth, as the Warriors can, because they can knock them threes down, they'll fold. They'll fold like fresh laundry, dog. I'm trying to tell you.
That's exactly what they did.
In any event. Look, man, heat up, man. Spo, come out, do your thing. Y'all boys come out and get one for Jimbo. Y'all know if y'all extend this thing, Jimbo can come back in a couple weeks. I mean, a couple weeks, but go ahead and do that thing. Look, man.
I'm sorry. I just saw something saying that Jimmy might be out for months. Like it's more severe than people thought.
1 to 2 months.
No, really?
Yeah.
Who posted that? Like,
I didn't listen to it yet, but I think it was like I saw it on YouTube.
If it came from NBA Central, I don't want to hear that.
It won't.
Honestly, I don't even care. I don't even care if it came from Shams or Woj until I hear the Miami Heat announce it. I don't believe it.
I respect it.
Because nobody got no sources. Ain't nobody got no sources in the AO.
Barry gotta drop some.
Barry gotta validate it. But even Barry's, you gotta hear them validate Barry's initial report. But if you hear something and Barry come out
Tobin said it.
Oh shit.
Okay, Tobin's pretty reliable. I want to hear it validated. Yeah, I want to hear it validated, but I'll take Tobin FA.
Kev shaking his head. Kev don't think Tobin's validated.
It's not about that. It's about
Tobin being boots on the ground, boy.
Nah, it's not about that. It was that Joe got to hit the bleep on you.
I said something. Man, yeah, hey, Joe got no room to talk the words he was saying early in the pod.
Listen, that's a breed of cat, bro. So it's like, it's a breed of cat, man.
It's a breed of cat. Okay. With that being said, guys, we think you're pulling in your ear to this sound. That's Joel. Follow him at Joel K. Jacob. That's Alex. Follow him at _Coach Lewis 1. That's Kev. Follow him at Kevo Mufasa 7. That's at KEVOO Mufasa 7. Follow Deem at BL Deem. Follow me at K_said_K. That's K_ the word said SAID _QUE. And this has been the Biscayne Breakdown, man. Hit the music.
Yeah. When I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean, they gon' hate on me.